Hey everyone, it's your girl Alfia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I want to do a movie called My Life is on the Line. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe and join my channel. You don't want to miss any of my updates. Now, this is a movie that just came on this past weekend. I believe Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get into it. Let's get into the overview. Let's talk about some things. Because when I say this movie ate, it ate down because it was good. Okay, so let's see. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. When a customer service rep for a bank bends the rules to help a client, she quickly finds out he is not who he claims to be. As she frantically tries to set things right, the caller becomes more menacing and threatening. Let's get into it. Sharon Cooper. I want to say I'm really proud of Lifetime because I know a lot of people have been making complaints saying that Lifetime has, kind of lost their touch and went down. But this right here, they did good. I'm really excited for the upcoming movies. And I know that Lifetime probably will not be as good as they used to be. But this one right here, this was really a good movie. And it was not like your typical Lifetime story. It's about like a child going missing or based on a true story. Now, I don't know if this is a true story, but this movie right here was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and I would watch it again. Definitely would buy on not VHS, on DVD. Let's get into it. So Sharon Cooper is like any mom, working mom. She works at the bank, and she's fighting with her husband, trying to get, I think, separations together so they can, their son or whatever. So Shannon gets a call from a guy, Mr. Hayward. And Mr. Hayward tells her that his wife is had emergency, and she can't come to the phone, so she has to have immediate surgery. So he needs some of the money. And he needs $20,000, which is in Mrs. Hayward's account. And we learn later a little bit in the movie that Mrs. Hayward owns her own business. So Mr. Hayward tries to take the money from her. Little do we know, it's not Mr. Hayward. Mr. Hayward is actually off the grid, like he's at work or whatever. And I guess he works out of town. So the guy that is actually trying to steal the money, and Shannon, what does Shannon do? Shannon approves it. She can override stuff. And instead of going to proper protocol, which is her boss, and she tried to go to her boss, and her boss was kind of like, not really paying her no attention. She was on the phone. And you know how you have a boss and you're really trying to tell them something and they're not really trying to understand what you're saying. And I felt bad for Shannon because at first she really did try to go to the proper chain of command before she override the system, which is with her boss, and she couldn't because her boss was not paying her no mind. Because when the movie opened up, we see that Shannon's having a conversation with her son, and then Shannon goes to work, and she's taking calls, and she's asking people to do surveys. Now that I know, and I hope this is something like an eye-opener for some people. I didn't know, because every time, like you do a little survey, I didn't know. Maybe it really is helping the people that is doing the conversation with you. Because Shannon was trying to get her ratings up for the reviews. She would ask people, like after the phone call, can you do a short survey? And he was like, yeah, and then it pops up on her screen. They declined it. So Mr. Hayward calls Shannon, and he tells her his wife is frantically got rushed to the hospital, and his daughter is upset, and he needs money for the surgery. Now that's a red flag. Why would they need money for surgery when they do all that stuff afterwards? But I know this is a movie, so stick with me. He said he needs $20,000. She said, well, you have $19,000 in the account. She knows that. He's like, well, I need 20. So she's like, well, we can overdraft it and I can override it. But before she does all of this, she does try to go talk to her manager. Her manager, she knocked on the door, and her boss was like kind of like shooing her away because she was on the phone. And then Shannon kept knocking, and then she pulled the blinds down, and she was like, okay, well, I can do it myself. So Shannon overrides it because she thinks that it's like a desperate time, and this person is going through it, and he's very frantic on the phone. Like, he's like, basically, he's manipulating her. He's like basically saying, oh, my wife needs surgery and she needs this money, and I don't know what to do. And at first I was like, okay, maybe there is something really wrong with his wife. But what really drew with the red flag was when he said they needed money. And I was like, wait, no, the hospital don't ask for money right off the bat. I know that. Not that soon. So we find out Mr. Hayward, like I said, is not Mr. Hayward. He is actually Mrs. Hayward's ex-husband, and his name was Stephen. Now, Stephen was her crazy ex-husband, child's father. And she thought she had got away, but he popped back up in their life. And it was so sad how he was trying to manipulate her because he had went to jail. He's been incarcerated, so he has no money. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna hurt my ex-wife because she's I done some crazy stuff. So it's time for her to pay me back. And he's been trying to run her life. And Shannon went through all proper protocol. She went to her colleague, and her colleague said you can reverse the transaction. She suspended the transaction. She went in her boss office, even canceled everything. And then, you know what Mr. Fake Hayward did? He went and called upper chain of command because he was trying to talk to Shannon's boss. So he's done called Shannon and did all kinds of stuff. He found out all Shannon's information, where she lived at, because she gave him her last name. That's why it's always important. Don't give too much information out on the phone. He done found out everything about her son, her marriage, everything. It was crazy. The guy was psycho. But the movie is a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. My Life is on the Line. It's streaming on the Lifetime app, and I think you can watch it for free if you have a login. I'm not sure when it comes on again, but it's a must see. And I hope you guys enjoy my review. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You don't want to miss any of my updates. And also follow me on Facebook at Alfia Janelle Williams. And also join my Lifetime group. It has my name on it and it's pink. Thank you guys. Have a good one.